Namaste, mathletes. Turn my volume up. So today we're going to get started with Module 13, GCF, which is an acronym for Greatest Common Factor. Okay. Remember, we use acronyms every day. We might say ATM, at the moment. BBL, be back later. IKR, I know, right? Okay, IRL, in real life. So GCF is an acronym for Greatest Common Factor. Greatest Common Factor. A factor is a number that you multiply with another number to get a product. The product is the solution. The numbers you multiply are the factors. You could think of a multiplication problem as factors being multiplied to find a product. Or we could substitute multiple. Factors produce the multiple. For an example, the factors of 96 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, 32, 48, and 96. How did I know that? Well, 1 times 96 is 96. 2 times 48 is 48. 3 times 32 is 96. I think I said that wrong. 2 times 48 is 96. 3 times 32 is 96. 4 times 24 is 96. 6 times 16 is 96. 8 times 12 is 96. So these are the factors of 96. A number can have just 2 factors or many factors. Okay? Factors are limited. There is a certain set of factors for each number. You know, when we talked about multiples could go on forever. Not so with factors. Okay? Let's look at an example. Well, let's look at the steps. First, list the factors of the first number. Then list the factors of the second number. And the greatest common factor is the greatest common factor they both share. Okay? Let's look at this mnemonic device. Remember how we used the M for McDonald's to do least common multiple, and we skip counted and skipped to McDonald's? Well, today we can use a large letter F as in factor, to find the greatest common factors. A lot of you know to find the factors using the rainbow method, and if you do, that's great. Okay, but we are going to be listing the factors of 30. So I think to myself, well, 1 times 30 is 30. 2 times 15 is 30. 3 times 10 is 30. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay. You can use a calculator with this and see if 30 is divisible by 2, if it's divisible by 3 evenly. See, when we try 4, we don't get a whole number. So 4 is not a factor. We can try 5, and there's our 6. Or you can use a multiplication chart. Second step, find the factors of the second number. 1 times 24 is 24. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24. And 4 times 6 is 24. Now notice I put commas between my factors so that I don't think, that a factor would be 68. I know it is 6 and 8 with my commas. So opposite of finding the least common multiple is we're going to here look for the greatest common factor. Okay, let's see. When I look, I see that 6 is the greatest common factor of 30 and 24. In other words, 6 is the biggest number that will go into 30 and 24. Okay? Let's try another one. Let's say that we are looking for the greatest common factor of 64 and 48. First, I'm going to list my factors of 64. Okay, always one. One goes into 64. And then I'm going to see if 2 is a factor. It is, because 2 times 32 is 64. I might try 3. I might try 4. 4 times 16 is 24. Let's try 5, 6, 7, 64 divided by 8. Now, I am only going to list 8 one time. I don't need to list 8 twice. 8 times 8 is 64. Okay. 9, obviously not 10. Do 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then I can stop because I already have 16 written. So the factors of 64 are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. Okay, now we're going to list the factors of 48. 1 times 48, let's try 2. 2 times 21, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, 6 times 8, and that would be it. I'm back to 12. So when I look at my list, the greatest common factor is 16. Okay. Now do you see why we use the M to skip count for multiples and the big F to find the greatest common factor? This will help you remember the difference between GCF and LCM. We're also going to learn a little song today about how to find the GCF and LCM. Okay, so I did want to provide you with some situations in which you would need to use the least common multiple or the greatest common factor. Okay, so we have our little Addams family here, GCF and LCM word problems. Let's look. The school marching band rehearses with either 6 or 10 members in every line. What is the least number of people that can be in the marching band? Least is our clue to tell us that we are going to find the least common multiple. So we're going to skip to McDonald's. We're going to list our multiples of 6 by skip counting by 6. Maybe just go find the first 5 or 6 multiples. Then we're going to skip count by 10. Okay. And then we're going to find the least common multiple. Let's see. We can see that 30 is our least common multiple. So what is the least number of people that can be in the marching band? 30 people. So that they can rehearse with members of 6 or 10 in every line. Again, our clue word was least. Let's look at another example. Sarah has 16 orange pumpkins and 24 white pumpkins. She wants to make decorations with the same number of each color pumpkin in each decoration. What is the greatest number of decorations she can make? Well, I saw the word greatest, and that is my clue word that we are going to find the greatest common factor of 16 and 24. So I'm going to list the factors of 16. 1 times 16, 2 times 8, 4 times 4. 5 doesn't go into it, 6 doesn't, 7, and then we have our 8. Now I'm going to list all of the factors of 24. 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. Listed all the factors of 16 and 24, and I'm going to look for the greatest. 8. So the greatest common factor of 16 is 24. So the greatest number of decorations she can make is 8 decorations. Okay? Next example. Brant is putting desserts onto plates. The chocolate cake is cut into 15 pieces and the cheesecake is cut into 6 pieces. If he wants to prepare identical plates without having any leftover cake, what is the greatest number of plates he can prepare? Greatest is our clue word. Tells us that we need to find the greatest common factor of 15 and 6. So we're going to list the factors of 15. 1 times 15 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. And that's it. So 15 only has 4 factors. 1, 3, 5, and 15. Then we're going to list the factors of 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. And we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4 factors of 6. Then we're going to find the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is 3. So the greatest number of plates he can prepare is 3 plates.